Today I'm going to be going through showing you how I treat my goats for fleas as they've got them again. It's a bit annoying, but it's nice and simple. So to start off with, I know for 100% Oscar does have fleas, and I've seen like 1 or 2 on him. There aren't very many, but we're going to get it early with the treatment, so hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Now, as well as Oscar, we've also got to do Henry, Phoebe, and then Maya, who's off over there. Now, they don't have any fleas on them as far as I know, but I'm going to do them anyway, obviously, because they share the same field and they sleep together in the sheds. Now, when it comes to treating goats for lice and fleas, there's kind of 2 main treatments in my opinion. You've got like the powder, or you can like basically bath them in a big liquid of stuff. But for me, I prefer using the powder because it's just so much easier and stress-free for the goats, to be honest. It's maybe not as effective, you may have to do it a couple more times, but it's very low cost and low stress. And that's what we're going to be doing today, starting off with Oscar. Oh my goodness, you didn't like that, did you? You might want to turn around actually. Henry, turn around, turn around. There we go. Hey, it's okay, it's okay. Basically, I just put it all over their back and then you've got to just rub it right in. Because especially where Henry and Oscar's hair is so long, you've got to rub it right into their hair and it just basically chops up all the little bugs. And it's quite low stress because they just think they get strokes and played with, which is great. Now, to be honest, I go a bit overboard with the powder. I kind of overdo it a bit, but there's nothing wrong with that because the more the merrier. It's not like expensive stuff anyway. And if you put more in, it's not going to affect the goats. You just properly rub it down in there, especially at the bottom of where the hair is and under their legs and their armpits and stuff. Is really where they congregate. Just properly rub it in. You just got to be a bit careful, especially when it's windy like it is today. It doesn't blow in their eyes. That's why I got Oscar that's why I got Henry facing this way, because the wind's blowing that way. So hopefully it shouldn't blow into his eyes as much. And also, what's good if they eat it? It's not the end of the world. It's not going to harm them in any way. Just got to be careful. And also, right down by their hooves. Isn't that right, Henry? The grumpy goat. I'm being very wasteful. Hate goats, but I love Henry. Under the chest, Henry. Now, in my experience, obviously around the neck is where you've got to be really careful because of their eyes. You don't want to get it in their eyes. I never just chuck it on when it's around their face or their neck or anything. You just got to be very, very careful. And especially as my goats have collars, they like to hang around under the collars. Just make sure you get that area nice and well. You've also got to be careful around by the horns as well because the goats can't quite itch themselves there. So you just got to be nice and careful because you don't want to get it all over their face or in their eyes. Just going to do the exact same thing as we did to Henry, to Oscar. The only thing is Oscar can get a bit grumpy where he swings his head around, so just got to make sure we do it nice and quick because of Henry's right there. Now with Oscar, where we saw the fleas, it was around the back here in his longer hair, so that's where we're focusing obviously. But like with Henry, we're going to do everything. It's okay, it's okay. Good boy, good boy. Now the thing is with Maya and Phoebe, they're a bit more funny, so let's see what we can do. Hey, come here. Come here. Yeah, there we go. The problem is they're a bit funny, so I kind of have to have someone else here. Hey, Maya, come here. Maya! Maya, come here. The good thing about Maya and Phoebe, it doesn't take as long because their hair's so short, you can just put it in. Whenever they shake, also this happens, but it's not the end of the world. Phoebe? Phoebe, stop. Oh, Phoebe. Just gotta rub it right into you. Phoebe? Oh. Ooh, let go. Oh. I did Maya alright. Phoebe's got a little bit I didn't get to around by her legs, and then same with Maya actually on her front. But that's kind of the main idea. To be honest, that's not really how you should be doing it because Maya and Phoebe aren't the best. But we will be doing Phoebe again when I have some help. But that's kind of the idea of it, right? And we're going to be doing this once a week for about a month or so. I don't really know how long you're supposed to do it for, like how many days in a row, but that's just what I'm going to be doing. And I've had success with it before, and we're just going to do it again. Just quickly, you can kind of see what it does. It makes them obviously go very light in colour, and then there's obviously quite a lot on the floor. But they're good if they eat it. It really doesn't matter to them. It doesn't affect them in any way. And if we come and have a quick look at the others, I don't know if you can see Oscar, but he's basically white like Henry. Now if we have a look at the girls, you can see obviously Phoebe's quite a dark brown colour, and you can see to about there is where I did, and then anything below I let her go because she got too stressed. But we've got the most important areas where they're on Oscar, and then Maya's the same. We didn't get to do her legs and around her neck and stuff, but it's a good start. This is my own fault, really. I turned my back and then Henry spilled a bunch of it on the floor. But I picked up, as much as I could, and he's just going through it. But yeah, it's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Ready? Henry, come here. You can see. No. You can see, like, it's all over my clothes and my shoes and whatever. But wearing old clothes, old shoes, it's just one of those things that happens. But it doesn't like stain your clothes, it comes out quite quickly after. It's just like a very fine powder. So it's been a couple of hours since I put the powder on the goats. You can see obviously they're still quite like a light grey. Oh, why is this goat so annoying, honestly? But no, you can see they're still quite light grey. Obviously Oscar's very grey, and you can kind of see if we pull up some of his hair, all the powder's down in there, and that just basically kills off, oh my goodness, everything that's in there. Now I thought I'd better go over quickly what the actual powder is, rather than just saying it's like a goat flea powder. So it's like diatomaceous earth or something very similar to that, because I couldn't exactly find that, but I found something very similar, like an equivalent here, and I've seen success with it in the past with the goats, so I'm just using it again, and it works really well. And it's something you can mix in with their food, because a lot of people say it can stop them having like internal parasites and worms. Now I don't know if that's 100% true or not, because I haven't really tested it out with my goats, because I haven't really had them have internal parasites before, but it's always one of those things that it may be worth doing just to be on the safe side. Now in terms of treating the goats again, I will be doing this a second time and then probably a third as well, just to make sure we've killed all the adults that are there now, and then all the eggs that hatch, we kill all those again before they can lay more eggs, to kind of stop the cycle and make sure we get rid of all the fleas that are on there. And obviously doing it multiple times gives us more chance of that happening. Now in terms of actually treating goat fleas, it's relatively simple, and there are a couple of things that make it more difficult, like Henry here. Henry, move. Obviously he's got his very, very long hair, and this makes it a bit more difficult getting it right down to the skin where the fleas hang out. But you just got to stay consistent with it, where you kill all the adults the first time, and then you go through again and kill all the eggs that have hatched. And then I always do a third time lucky, just to be on the safe side. So if you want to stay up to date with how the goats treatment goes and how they're doing, subscribe. I definitely recommend it, because we do a lot of goat videos here on the channel. It's really, really awesome. Mainly focusing around these four, and then breeding and other cool things in the future. Now, if you have goats and they have had lice or fleas in the past, let me know what you've done in the comments, because I'm really interested to see how multiple different people do it. But until then, there's plenty of videos in the goat playlist, and plenty of like shorts and all sorts of other bits of videos of the goats. Oh my goodness, they're actually going crazy. Anyway, I've enjoyed filming this one. It's been a pretty informational one, but it's also quite simple and something you can do for your goats. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.